to just say the money is going to our church, I think could be counterproductive in terms of people coming.
Yeah.
But by saying it is going back to support our activities in
In
the
the
community,
community.
like Easter egg, da-da-da-da-da,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yes.
But then if you have the whole month of December, everything that comes in on Sunday, communion coin, Christmas Eve, everything go to ourselves.
That
But how,
works
do
for
we,
me.
what shape is the benevolence in? Do we need to have everything that comes in for that whole month go into benevolence?
Well, remember now, we're not talking about a lot of money. Typically, a communion coin in a given month, except for, the one exception is the Great Irish Sharing.
But
That's
you're only
always
talking,
$1,200.
are you only talking about communion coin and Christmas Eve? You're not talking about the 4 Sundays?
Communion
no,
coin.
no.
Community corn is 4 Sundays.
In other words,
But I mean, the 4 Sundays that when people
do communion
do
coin.
offering, do offering,
offering.
that's just going to our operating budget.
Oh, the
Right.
offering.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I wanted to
Oh, we
clarify.
can't take away from that,
No.
Money. Sandy wouldn't get paid.
I'm like, well, I didn't think so, I just wanted to.
Okay, typically, communion coin in a normal month runs $40,
Yeah,
maybe.
it's not a lot of money.
So if we're talking over the month of December, you get $40. On Christmas Eve, you may get another $40. We're only talking $100
Christmas Eve, we only.
$40 in communion coin.
in
On
communion
communion
coin.
On
Yeah, thank you,
Christmas Eve,
Dave.
yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
I was gonna say, I don't remember that I like the idea of our Christmas Eve offering all going to a benevolent activity, whether it's our benevolent fund, I would rather it goes somewhere else, but I understand, because we had this conversation last year, not to do that, but
I think I think
we donated a portion of it though last year. Didn't we? I'd have to look.
Well,
The thing
this
is-
clarifies for me because I was misunderstanding. I was understanding that the communion coin and everything
No,
on Christmas Eve was
no.
all going into benevolent.
No, no.
Okay,
No,
it's
no.
just the communion coin of both of those events.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Now, there are maybe years in the past, back in Alberta's time, where they did take the collection plate from Christmas Eve and give away. But we stopped that, because if we're gonna have a benevolence fund, we gotta believe in our own benevolence fund, that it's worthy, it has value, it does good, and it should be funded. If we don't believe that, then we should not collect money for it, and we shouldn't have it.
Well, and if we don't have a church by operating its operations, it won't matter what we care about benevolence.
Yeah.
Benevolence.
That's right.
Okay, so surmising all of this, we've talked about all these special projects and the fact that we're not getting extra funding. So, was there an action directive from the council, or we just talked about it and that's it?
Anybody have any, I guess, let me pose this, it sounds like the options are either do nothing, or I have some proposal of how we would communicate to the congregation need for assistance for special
Special ministry.
ministries. And if we did a thing, I would think we would want to say, are you able above your regular giving to help with X, Y, Z and whatever amount you could?
They have to be, you know, I didn't print this one out. Is that what you have, the special projects, which is about,
Yes.
on here, about 80 pages long? Maybe we need to have a list of what all the special projects are. And I'm afraid I know some of them, but I probably couldn't name them all like this.
Well, and some of them are one-time things, like the Eagles Closet, that was kind of a one-time thing. I don't know that we're gonna be doing that every year, but the things that are more long-term are like Imagino Malaria, the Easter egg hunt, the Luminaria,
Yeah, this isn't really a list.
Trunk or treat.
Trunk or Treat.
It's an item, it's an itemization.
But we're also looking in terms of assistance on things that aren't just a special project. I mean, like marketing or advertising, which we could say marketing or advertising for any of the special events or something. But what is the board's pleasure? what do you wanna do? Nothing
I'm,
or?
I'm comfortable putting it into the bulletin, basically saying if you have above your normal giving, the opportunity to do a special donation to cover some of our upcoming expenses for our special activities and holiday marketing.
Mhm.
You know, to speak with Terry.
Yeah, we give that a try.
I mean, it may not result in anything, although someone may see that and go, oh, you know, I just got something unexpected and, you know, I'd be happy to.
And let me make a suggestion then. I will draft a blurb
Okay,
to go into this coming Sunday screen sheet. I will email it to the council before, what, Friday?
oh,
When do y'all
We
sort
need to
of
post
wrap
Wednesday.
up the green sheet?
Friday.
But you better get the.
but if you
council
want us to
before
look
Right.
at it before then,
feedback.
Wednesday,
Yes.
So it's Wednesday.
I will get the blurb out to you either Monday or Tuesday.
thank you,
And then you can turn around and
make suggestions.
send something back. So I'll do that.
And we get it to correct you when to Connie by Thursday.
Second?
Get to correct you when to Connie by Thursday.
Yes.
Thank you, good time.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Okay.
Is that acceptable to everybody? I don't think we need a motion or anything. Okay, so be watching, checking your emails for that, so.
Okay. The only other thing that I want to mention to you, which is of significance, when we close the books at the end of September, both the operating and the special, construction and benevolent, I'm talking about the whole entire church. You with me? Well, okay, let me rephrase that. Maybe it's better just to talk about operating monies. When we closed at the end of September, operating only, we were $3,800 in the hole. Now, we all know at the first of the month, I paid 99% of the bills, apportionment, salaries, all that. So we dramatically go in the hole until we collect money during the month. So, as of this morning, where I was 3,800 in the hole at the end of September, I'm now 12,000 in the hole. And again, going back and looking through this whole year, we have a monthly operating nut of about $12,000. And if we just average this out, we've only, for operations, we've only been collecting about 11,000 a month. Spring started off okay, consistent with last year. We got hit hard this summer. Attendance dropped so low, and the people who are committed and give us money every month, they did not go away. It was the people who show up on Sunday morning, that pull the $5, the $10 out of their pocket. That's what we lost during the summer.
Are we starting to make it up? Because last year, we started to make it up in the fall. Is that happening this year?
I don't know yet. Last Sunday was not spectacular.
Well, our department can't
This
look at
Sunday,
that.
and just glancing through as I put the stuff in the black bag, it looked promising, so maybe it shall.
But it wasn't just the $5 or $10 out of the pocket that we lost this summer. There were some people that when they come to church, they put a check in the plate. If they're not in church, we don't get that check. And, more than $5 or $10.
Yeah. We need to continue to push to get people to sign up for automatic deductions. So whether they're here or not, every month, what you've made your commitment for comes out. That's.
We'll
we
put that
need
out
to-
there again as well. I
Well,
mean, I think there are
but
messages we
that's-
need to periodically put out there, and here's how
And
you
remind
do it.
people.
Okay, that's
Because I know-
interesting, and we've discussed this several times, and we've put it out several times.
And we got a few people on, I mean, I know one in
But we are
particular.
still down to 1, 2, 3, 4. I still only have 5. I have a total of this, as much as we've talked about it and put it out, I still only have 5 people that.
I don't think you have to talk about it, I think people either wanna do it or don't wanna do
Yeah.
it, personal opinion.
In other
But
words,
I
we,
think, but when we talked about it the last time and put it out there, I mean, I know of someone in particular who let me know that
They
that they're
do too.
doing that now, so, you know, if we pick up one more person who,
Sure.
you know, particularly folks that travel and who are here and gone and,
And in that case, in all honesty, that was, the person we picked up was someone who used to only pay when they were here.
Yeah.
So that
so
one
it was a
works.
benefit, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just,
And
every,
they need to know that the church has expenses 12 months a year.
The rent's
Whether
due on
they're
the
here or not,
first.
they still have the expenses, so.
One last thing, and I'll be
Your light
through.
bill.
Okay.
I have one major expenditure yet to pay for this year that I have not paid it. And we've talked about this also before. And that's Nevada for the Common Goods. We voted to put into our budget $1,000 for this year. I've not paid it based on cash flow, but I gotta pay it,
Yeah.
you know, October, November, December. So that's gonna be another hit. I am working on next year's budget. I need direction from the council. Do you want Nevada for the Common Good, $1,000 to be in next year's budget? And the reason I'm being so precise, everyone knows that we struggle to meet our own operating costs. When we started paying for Nevada for the Common Good, we had a donor who supported that themselves through us for a couple of years. Then we elected to move and put it into our own budget. You, the council, have got to wait. You know, does that $1,000 help cover our own costs? Do we continue to put it into this other outside nonprofit?
Don't panic yet.
what was that?
Or,
Don't panic.
in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, the church really can't afford $1,000 membership fee. But maybe we could throw it out to the congregation and just say, you know, we would like to be a member, and those who want to help with that $1,000, we need your help now, you know, next week.
And again, I think that's good, but I get back to my same old tired story. There's only so much money in the well.
Yeah, you're right.
And if
Well,
we keep
but the
hitting,
well is
hitting,
getting
hitting-
bigger. I mean, we have to remember that we are on a continuous growth pattern.
Yes.
And we have more people today than we did a year ago, than we did a year before that. So we're not growing by such leaps and bounds that, you know, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but we are at a slow pace of growth. So with more things in the community comes more people in the pews, comes more members. I mean, we are seeing that. So whereas, yes, we're not gonna get more out of the group that sits before us today, but next week there's new people, following week there's new people.
As your financial
Three person
person,
in the congregation today.
I have never been against seed money. I think seed money is good. If you get to a plateau and you stay there at that plateau, you will die. So, it's just, we've got to invest money to grow, but at the same time, that growth has got to be measured. We can't go always perpetually 20% in debt, 20%,
Right.
20% in
Yeah.
debt.
Right.
We have to grow. We cannot stay the same.
Yeah.
If you stay the same, you're dead.
Right.
That's the meeting we're having in November. Exactly.
So,
One other, thing while we're talking about this. Do we at the charge conference on the 23rd, when everybody's, is there a place in there where we would talk to the congregation about, finances and things like that?
In the meeting,
Or is it pretty well structured by Candace?
well, we create our own agenda, but what they want us to talk about are these following points. How has your vision changed? how you function as leadership, as the leadership team for the church. How can they be a